You're very live. Feels lively to be live. Whatever. Uh, Normally I don't do a stream on the weekends, but I thought, well, the topic I want to talk about, to me, it seems more educational than important, but still, it's interesting. And that now the topic, of course, is how are ghosts fed? Well, ghosts, spirit people, whatever. How do they get their nourishment, so to speak? And that, well, in the physical, naturally, you got to eat to survive, keep healthy, and all that kind of stuff, right? And that, but in the spirit body, it's not completely different, but it's well, their diet's different, put it that way. And that, so when it comes to the spirit person, especially when they're still down here on the earth plane, and that, see, because spirit people are made primarily of energy, well, they need energy to, not so much get around, but um, to get noticed. That makes sense. And unfortunately, I've encountered some people that they think, well, if I make a grand entrance, they'll notice me for sure. The only trouble is they have a limited amount of energy, and once they come in the atmosphere and they move something that's a little too heavy for them energy wise, next thing you know, they're burnt out, they have no energy left, and they have to wait until they get their energy restored, right? But for others, well, sure, they like to move small things. They like to conserve their energy, like they're more experienced, at energy conservation, if you want to put it that way, and that. But when they come into our atmosphere, there are so many ways that ghosts feed. Okay, like for example, people. Okay, well, our aura. Okay, well, that's an energy field. Okay, well, that's one way the spirit person feeds. Is they basically take a person like a medium, psychic, whatever. They basically turn them into a kind of a battery. That's the reason why some people, when they're done with investigation and they leave, they are completely drained. That they have no energy left. Okay, well, that just means that you might have had more than one spirit person feed off you, but like I said, and also it also depends too at how many spirit people are around you, and that as to how quickly you get drained, and that. Now I do know that there are ways of preventing yourself from getting drained. Okay, and one is grounding yourself, which I'm still learning, and that. But grounding yourself, they can't take all your energy. They can only take some of your energy, and that. But even then, by having the energy taken out of you, and that usually it doesn't make you feel that great. It makes you feel really tired, really lethargic. All you want to do is sleep. Okay, well, that's when you need to recharge. But that's how the spirit people, when they're around us, like people like myself, and that I know when I get drained, I know there's an energy around me. They need to feed off me in order to do whatever, and that. But for people that are not used to it, okay, people that are brand new to the field, and that they go to a location, lots of energy, it's hyped up. By the end of the evening, they're actually dragging their heels. They're so exhausted, and they figured, all I did is walk around a little bit, and I'm already knackered. Like, what gives? Guess what? You have some spirit people using you as a battery, and so that they can, make noises, do stuff, whatever, and that. And especially if there's more than one spirit person around, okay, to those spirit people, and that, they look at you almost like a smorgasbord. In other words, hey, there's a guy, lots of energy, and drives me nuts when that happens because you don't know what's happening. But once you are experienced to what spirit people can do to you, And that's when you can actually protect yourself from being completely drained. And that, especially if a spirit person or people want to use you as a battery. Okay, it's not a nice feeling, but once you learn how to control how much energy you can release, okay, the feeling isn't so bad. Okay, when you leave the location, you're tired, but you're not completely drained. Okay, I've noticed that, and other people have noticed that as well, especially on our team, and that especially when Derek does full channeling, like he does transfiguration, and that especially if it's a spirit person that's very strong-willed and he doesn't want to leave. Okay, that will completely drain Derek. I mean, like completely. It usually takes him a few days to recover, recharge. I've seen that so many times, and even I've had spirit people come really close to me to do whatever, and that when they leave me, all I want to do is just go to bed. Like I'm totally knackered, and that of course, we're not the only energy source that spirit people can rely on or go to. Okay, there's the energy in the air. Okay, that's where you get that so-called cold spots in haunted locations. Okay, by them taking the energy out of the air makes the air go cold and sometimes ice cold. Okay, well that's energy being taken out of the air, and that in order to charge, so in order for a spirit person to charge themselves up, so to speak. Okay, and they love electrical appliances because they find it easier because see, energy can manipulate energy. Okay, that's why they like monkeying around with light switches and televisions and radios and stuff like that, because they get a little bit of energy from it, but they also get at the same time they get to play with them, and they usually do that just to get attention, right? Especially if you got a relative that used to love listening to the radio or used to love watching television, the telly, and that they go up there like they don't have to physically touch the on and off switch. Okay, all they have to do is from their energy manipulate the energy to turn the knob. Okay, they don't have to do it physically. All they have to do with their mind is say, okay, turn on, and it's on, and and they get a little bit of energy back. But at the same time, they get to I'd say I'll play around a little, like, hey, this is fun. Turn on TV, and like I used to do when I was in the physical. They do that. Like there's nothing negative or anything like that with them doing that. It could be a nuisance, but it's nothing evil, and that, and so that's how they get attention, and that's one of the ways anyway. Light switches on and off. Hey, I'm here. And see, it's an energy source, put it that way. So basically, they go to anything that has a big energy source, and they think, oh, good, I get to play and get a little bit of a snack at the same energy snack at the same time. This is great, and that. But now, when it comes to your equipment, doesn't matter what it is, cell phone, camera, whatever, REM pod, whatever the device is that you have, okay, that's another energy source, and many teams have indicated that they go into a haunted location with full batteries. They go in there for maybe half an hour, maybe an hour, and all of a sudden, all their batteries are completely dead. Guess what? Some spirit people just had a snack, and they love the energy from your equipment. So if you want to know why, hey Tinker, so if you want to know why your equipment fails so quickly, you ask some hungry ghosts. They need some energy. Just too bad over there they didn't have an energy drink. But no, that's basically how they do it. See, when it comes to spirit people, because they're basically made of energy, they need energy in order to do stuff, and and whenever they've used up all their energy, and that they need a feed time. Okay, so they go to the nearest or the easiest source to get more energy, whether it's in the air, the electronics, or a person. Hey, free for all. You know, it doesn't cost them anything, and just go up there, will the energy to kind of come to them. Unfortunately, the effects of the people don't always feel good, but the spirits, hey, hey, they're not complaining. Hey, I got lots of energy now. I can, play around a little bit more. Hey, there's a TV. Well, click it on. Turn on some lights. Move some stuff around. I got lots of energy now. Our trouble is, some spirit people, they're so eager to continue to do stuff that before they know it, they got a full charge. They do some silly things. All of a sudden, they're drained again. They go, oh, I better go back to that camera. I better go back to that person. I need more energy. I've seen that so many times. It's aggravating for the medium. It's aggravating for the team. But sometimes you have to get results, even though your poor battery in your camera, yike. That's why it's always a good idea, especially when it comes to cell phones, to have a what do you call it, a power bank in your pocket. That way you keep the phone charged up, because I guarantee a spirit person is going to use that for a snack, for an energy snack. So at any rate, but I think it depends too on how many spirit people are in a location as to how much power drainage is going to be. Okay, if there's only, say, 1 to 5 spirit people, it's not so bad. It's an annoyance, but at least you get some phenomena. And sure, the person might get drained, the equipment might get drained, you might feel some cold spots. But if you got a whole room full of spirit people and they all want an energy snack, help. That's always a challenge. And that's why it's always a good idea. Carry lots of batteries, and for the mediums, to make sure that you're grounded that way, that the spirit people don't take all your energy. Because if that happens, and that's happened to me, and I've had once or twice, I actually got physically sick. I got so drained, and I thought, never again. And nowadays, if I come in contact with a spirit person and they need energy, it's okay. Take a little bit, but that's it. Okay, don't take it all. Okay, and my guide reminds these people, okay, you can take a little bit of Brian's energy, but just a little bit. Don't take a lot, because he needs it. And so far it hasn't been too bad. But my empath side, it gets drained quite a bit, especially when I go into malls and stuff like that, and I'm absorbing the energy of everybody else. Oh man. Sometimes I go into a mall and I feel like I'm going into a building full of energy vampires. Oh, when I leave, I'm just, I don't want to do anything. And but like I said, it's just a question of controlling how much energy comes out of you. And I try meditation. It helps a little bit, but asking my guide to tell a spirit person, okay, you can have some of Brian's energy, but not all of it. And if the spirit person says, tough, I'm taking it all, that's when my guide says, okay, back off. Okay, we don't want to talk with you if you're going to have that kind of attitude, because I've got rules. And one rule is to not enter me, and another rule is take only a small amount of energy, and that's it. And if they abide by that, terrific. If they don't, bye-bye. But it usually works. But anyway, gotta go out shopping with the wife now and get some stuff. And so anyway, I just wanted to do a quick stream on how ghosts are fed. Sometimes I think ghosts get a little overfed, although I've never heard of a fat ghost. and that yet. But and I've never heard of a ghost going on a diet. But hey, you never know. Weight Watchers for the dead. So anyway, that's pretty bad. So anyway, just wanted just to share that little bit of stuff with you. And that. So if you have any questions about always feeling drained and stuff like that, and if you went to a haunted location and that, and you find that people's batteries and their cameras and whatever drain awfully fast, or the mediums get drained awfully fast, that's why. Okay, I've heard brand new batteries dead before they use them. So have I, Tinker, so have I. And that, in fact, I forget what show it was. I think it was Most Haunted. That they actually had three. It's either Most Haunted or G Team. I can't remember which one it was, but they actually had 3 battery packs. They described 3 battery packs. They went to use them, and they're fully charged, and that's dead, like 0 energy in them. And that luckily a friend had a battery, a backup battery in their vehicle, brought it in, snapped it in, when it went. But they had to keep the stream short because there was so much energy in that building that I think she streamed only for, I don't know, not even half an hour, and the battery that was loaned to her went dead. And that, so yeah, so you know, Tanker, I'd almost say that some of these spirit people that like to take energy, some of them I actually believe they have become a little bit of a glutton, and that because they see all kinds of batteries and they go, battery breakfast, and they go, oh, it's time. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Like I said, you know, I'm surprised there hasn't been any spirit people that are severely obese. They take in so much energy. They're like, you know, they're grabbing huge things. Like I said, Weight Watchers for the dead. That's what they need. But oh, it's nuts. I tell you. But anyway, my friends, I got it going. So if you have any questions in the comments below, or let me know, and you know, I'll do what I can to answer your questions and that. And as always, thank you for Tinker for joining me in chat. I really appreciate her input. She's a real sweetheart. Hey, I love you too, sis. See, we're all one spiritual family, and her and I are very close. Even though I'm in Canada, she's in the U.S., who cares? In spirit, we're all one. And then, so, and of course, with the COVID being down there, I'm always worried about her. I'm always hoping, please take her, stay safe. Just like I do with my family in the UK, please stay safe. And I don't want to see you in the spirit world yet. You know, you're too important down here on the earth plane. So, anyway, like I said, if you haven't seen this stream before, please like, share, subscribe. Beautiful, good. Yeah, please like, share, subscribe. If you have any comments below, you know, that'd be awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel. And until next time, don't know when that's going to be, probably sometime next week. Come up with another title. I haven't got it yet. My guide hasn't given it to me yet. But believe it or not, today's title I actually got last night. So, anyway, so take care of yourself. God bless. And then, love and light.